Hi there, Sandra here again, and today we are using Shortcut Slot 6, and I'm using the standard version, not the pro version. And I wanted to show you how to control what you're cutting and when you're cutting it. Okay, so I've got some shapes on here, and these shapes have got thick lines around them. This is only for appearance's sake, so you can see what colour they are, because thin lines are a bit more difficult to see. I've got what I would class as a pen lines here, 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 and here, and the blue and the green ones are cut in the blue case and score in the green case. If I come up to this one here, let's pick it up, go to the cutter, you can see that all my selection of items are on here. At the moment it is set to cut, and I've got cut and draw lines selected. Now there is a tiny little bug at the moment which will probably get sorted out shortly. Normally I would use blade, pen, prompt, but for some reason that one doesn't seem to be working, but it works if I use this particular setting. But if you look at this one here, over here, I've got it set to draw, all right? Let's just cancel that out a second. This one here, I've also got set to draw. This one I've got set to score. So you go over to the wrench tool and you set whichever one of these options you want. None, cut, draw, score. Print and cut, cut only. Print and cut, print only. So any designs that you want to print, you're going to select that one. If you're doing a print and cut with a line around it, you don't want to see the line that's around it, then you do the print and cut, cut only, because that won't print it. Score lines will score with a blade. Draw lines, you put a pen in and you will be prompted to have a pen in your holder. Cut lines, obviously you're going to be using a blade. Now the other one which is really quite useful is none. There are times when I want to select none. For example, if I was to take my text tool and type some text on here just because I wanted some information that I didn't want to forget. Maybe it was a reminder like, oh, blue means acetate or something. I can type that on here, but I can set it to none, and then it won't print anywhere. Even if I put it up here, it won't print it, it won't cut it, it won't do anything to it. It's just visible information on the screen. So none can be a really good option. But I got these set to cut, I got these set to score, and the other ones are set to draw. Now the other thing is that when it comes to tools, the Caesar Juliet has a blade, obviously. You can score with the blade if you don't mind your card actually physically being cut into, or you can score with a blunt tool, an embossing tool, for example, or maybe you actually want to put an engraving tool in if you're scratching onto plastic or something like that. When I use other tools, I use the pen setting, but I give the line a specific color. So for example, if I am going to be using a pen, I will frequently, and I'm only going to use one pen, for example, maybe, I will use a pink. If I'm going to use more than one pen, I will give it the colour that I want to use. So it might be pink, it might be purple, it could be blue, whatever. If I'm doing a score line, I will give it the bright green, because if you come into the preview section, score lines show up as green. So that's a good notification that I'm going to be scoring. But scoring in shortcut slot terms are with a blade, just on a lighter force. And if you come into the cutter settings, you see here you got the force, which might be 22. The score force I've got down at 6. If I want to use a different tool, I'll set it to a draw line, but I will give it a different colour so that I know to put a different tool in. The pen tool doesn't have an offset. So if you put a scoring tool in, that won't have an offset either, which is what you want if you are doing anything like that. So what happens if you got all this lot on your mat and you go to the cutter and you select cut, don't select draw, just select cut, and put cut and draw lines at the moment. Normally, as I said, it would be to use the blade pen prompt, but for some reason that one isn't activated properly at the moment. I will notify, well, I have already notified Craft Edge. They will get it sorted, I'm sure, within a little time, but at the moment, put it on cut and draw lines as of the 6th of May 2026. If you're watching this much later, it may well have been sorted out. So we've got the blade selected and we have custom cut preset, and that simply means I'm going to tell it what pressure I want it to do. Because I also have the Pro version, I've got these settings as well, because in the Pro version I can set a setting and have it as a preset and then just select it and it will do whatever it is that I've selected. But those are not in the standard version. Okay, so use custom cut preset, ignore the custom draw preset, just use custom cut preset. So if I now go to cut, it tells me pen color, purple standard, so I know I'm doing this one. And I select whatever force that I want to actually do it. And I've got 2 of those, so yeah, I would go to draw and it will do it. So there we go. Off it goes. Now you get this little box, you click on that, and then it comes up with the next thing on the list. So this one says pen color pink, and I can put that up to whatever I want to, whatever I want to do with it. I can move it. Now, if I don't want to do that one next, I can go to skip job, and then it will go to the next lot. Now, this lot encompasses both the cut and the score lines because it's scoring with a blade. So it will use the cut force that I put on here, say 82, that'd be pretty high, but my score force is only 6, so these will cut and these will score. Now if I skip job again, I finished. So the way to control it, if you want to do your score lines with a scoring tool rather than a blade, is instead of having it set to score, put it on draw instead, and then you can control it and it will still prompt you. As long as you've got it in a different colour, it will then prompt you to say, right, okay, what pressure do you want to do this at? And off you go. Problem solved. No issue at all. So that's how you control what it actually does. Now, how do you control, maybe you only want to cut these things, but maybe you've got a lot of them in that colour. You might have half a sheet of things like this in purple, different shapes, different sizes, whatever. And oh God, I don't have to select one here, one over here, whatever. So what you can do is click on one of them and then come over to the colour and select all of the same stroke. And that is going to select those 2. You can tell it's only these 2 because if I move it, it only moves those 2. All right. It will select all of those. So you can now do with this what you want. You can group them. You can cut them. You can open a new page. You can paste them in place or paste them somewhere else. If you just do paste, it'll just paste them wherever it chooses to paste it. If you do paste in place, it will do exactly the same place as it was on there. You could then, if you want to cut these from different material or whatever, you can also go to the effects and you can nest. And let's say 10 for that. And Let's go for 14 for that. Update preview. And there we go. It's actually put it next to the other one. And it's worked out that the best, most economical way of doing it is that formation. All right. So you can mess around with that if you want to, or you can just mess around with, just pull it together on the screen. I find that just as easy, to be honest. So I'm going to cancel that. Take these. I can copy them in this case, go back to page 1, paste in place and put them back exactly where they were before, should I want to do that. But if I select this and I go to select all the same stroke, I could then group it and I can go to cutter. I didn't even have to group it, but I could group it if I wanted to, or I could move them around and I could go cut selection only, and that's what it's going to cut. Now, the other thing is that when you do this, I mean, if you're using a different colour piece of card, you're doing piecework, then you can go from what you see is what you get to origin point, and it's going to put it with a starting point down there. So if you wanted to, you could, let's move this out of the way, you could actually put those together on your screen and then have them go from the origin point. And as long as you've got cut the selection only, it's not going to cut the rest of it. Personally, I tend to move it onto a different page because it makes it much easier for me to see exactly what I'm doing. But that is one way of doing it. Right, so another way of controlling what you do or do not cut is by, for example, picking up this one and going by the fill colour, and you can do select all the same fill. It does the same thing. And then you can do what you want to do with those. So you could go to cut selection only, and off you go. So that's one way of cutting what you want. It's basically cut by colour without having a cut by colour button. The other way of controlling what you cut is to select something and you can hide it. Now you can either hide it by going to the eye and turning things off there, for example, or you can select things and you can come down here, right click and hide, file, object, let's go back to show all, all right. Or you could take these and you could come up to the wrench and you could say that you actually don't want to do anything with it, you just want to set it to none. So you can see it there, but it's not going to print it, it's not going to cut it. And when you go to the cutter, you're only doing these. So there are ways of putting things into a cut selection or out of a cut selection according to how you like to do it. It's personal preference. There's more than one way of doing it. And that's how you choose what and how to cut.